Resplendent boulders at the still lake, beneath the green light of the leaves and the cries of the men and women bathing at dawn. The corn god, the flower god, the water god, the blood god, the virgin, have they all died? Have they gone? Broken water jugs at the edge of the trammelled fountain. Is only the toad alive? Does only the ugly greenish toad twinkle and sparkle in the Mexican night? Is only the fat tyrant of Kempawala immortal, stretched out at the foot of the divine jade tree sprinkled with blood, while two young slaves fan him, always to the fore on the days of the grand processions, leaning against the cross, gun and walking stick in hand, in ordinary clothes, the sculpted flint face breathing like a precious incense the smoke of the executions. Spending the weekends at his armoured bunker house next to the sea with his lover covered in her neon jewels, is only the toad immortal. Look here at the cold green fury and its tail of razors and broken glass. Look here at the dog with its mangy howl, at the taciturn agave and the prickly pear and the spiky candelabra. Look at the flower that bleeds and draws blood, at the flower whose unyieldingly incisive shape is like a delicate instrument of torture. Hear the night of long teeth and sharp-edged glances. Hear the night that flays with its invisible flint. See the teeth grind against the teeth. Hear the bones pound against the bones. The drum of human skin struck with the thigh bone. The drum of the chest struck by a delirious heel. The tam-tam of the eardrum struck by a delirious sun. Look here at the dust that rises like a yellow king and melts everything and dances alone and then collapses like a tree whose roots have suddenly dried up, like a tower that falls with one axe chop. Look here at the man that falls and stands and eats dust and crawls, and the human insect that drills holes in the rock and the centuries and gnaws at the light. Look here at the broken stone, at the broken man, at the broken light. Is it the same to open one's eyes as to close them? Inner castles that set fire to the thoughts because another more pure has risen, only brilliance and blaze. The seed of an image that grows until it is a tree and it cracks the skull. The word that seeks lips to speak it. Over the ancient human fountain there fell great boulders. There are centuries of boulders, years of gravestones. Cumbersome stone minutes falling over the human fountain. Tell me, drought, stone polished by toothless time, by toothless hunger, dust ground further by teeth that are centuries, by centuries that are hunger. Tell me, broken water jug, fallen in the dust. Tell me, is the light born by rubbing bone against bone, man against man, hunger against hunger, until the spark finally emerges, the scream, the word, until the water finally gushes and the tree with wide turquoise leaves finally grows. We must sleep with open eyes, must dream with our hands. Let us dream active dreams, like a river seeking its riverbed. Dreams of the sun dreaming up its worlds. We must dream aloud with raised voices, sing until the song shoots forth roots, trunk, branches, birds, stars. Sing until the dream conceives in the sleeper's side the red bud of resurrection. The water, like woman, the stream from which we drink and look at and confess to and recollect ourselves. The source from which we glean knowledge of man. The water that talks alone in the night and calls us by name. The spring of the words to say I, you, he, we, under the great living statue tree of the rain, to speak the beautiful pronouns and know ourselves and be faithful to our names. We must dream backwards towards the fountain, must row up over the centuries beyond infancy, beyond the beginning, beyond the baptism waters, must throw down the walls between man and man, must join anew that which was parted. Life and death are not opposite worlds. We are one sprout with twin flowers. We must exhume the lost word, must dream within and without, must decode the tattoo of the night and stare face to face at the noonday sun and tear off its mask, bathe in the sun's light and eat the nocturnal fruits, spell out the script of the stars and of the river, record the speech of the blood and tide, the earth and body, return to the point of departure, neither inside nor out, neither above nor underneath, at the crossroads at which all roads begin, because the light sings with a watery murmur, with a leafy murmur sings the water, and the daybreak is loaded with fruit. Like a single endless river flows seasons and mankind under the centuries' arches backwards towards the living centre of the world's birth. Octavio Paz, check him out. Lovely. A lovely person.